military officials. There they are. Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin joins us right now. So, Senator, good to have you. What was your first reaction when this happened, and what do you think is the next step here?
Well, it was expected, to be quite honest with you. Remember, April 12th, President Trump said he had 60 days, the Iranian regime had 60 days to negotiate the end of their nuclear program. Today's 61, yesterday was 60. My point is that it's President Trump doesn't bluff. Neither do the Israelis, and no one's better at this than the Israelis as far as knowing intimate details of what their nuclear program was looking like and how close they were to actually having the enrichment levels to be able to build a nuclear weapon. At the end of the day, we made it very clear, President Trump made it very clear, we will not in any way allow the #1 sponsor of terror, of war, or the world terror programs, which is the Iranians, to have a nuclear weapon in any way. Period. That was a full stop. At the same time, President Trump said we would love to have diplomacy with you. We'll even negotiate trade. And the Iranians chose tough talks and walked away from the table, and this is the result of it.
Yeah. The president, by the way, he's on Truth Social all the time, so he really does share insight as to what he's thinking with the American public. And he talked about it. He said, I gave Iran a chance to make a deal. I told them in the stronger words to just do it, but no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't do it there. So, yeah, you got to expect this is going to happen next. Go ahead, Senator.
Yeah, and Emma, I spoke to President Trump this morning, and he made it very clear that we didn't participate in this. Right. We were aware that Israel was moving forward with it. He made it very clear that the Iranian regime is severely crippled. However, if they try to respond, if they try to retaliate, especially towards any of our assets, our interest, or our people in that region, we will respond with full force. And I get there's people talking about, a forever war. That's not who President Trump is. President Trump will have a clear idea of what victory looks like before we start, and what that would be is completely eliminating their ability to have nuclear weapons, and then we would pull back out. They do not want to fight with us, but it's that Truth Social post that you said, he made it very clear, we gave you an opportunity, now you've been punched in the face, we will still give you an opportunity to still talk if you choose to.
So what if they punch back hard, Israel's face, and maybe even collateral damage by the U.S.? What happens in this next stage, and where does it go with the U.S. response, if any?
Well, Rob, I think they're very weak on being able to do that. I want you to keep in mind the last time they committed ground troops was into Iraq, and that ended horrible for them. They clearly don't control the airspace. We can see that Israeli is flying in and out as much as possible, so they can't do that. There's no way they can commit, just geographically, there's no way they can put ground troops into Israel, and their proxies, which was the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas, has been drastically diminished, if not permanently crippled. So covert will be their opportunity, and they probably will. They probably have some ability within Israel, and I think the IDF has made that very clear, and I think Bibi made that very clear by keeping the schools shut down today, basically shutting down Israel and closing down the airspace. That is their biggest fear. But to have a full-scale war, Iranians can't do that. They don't have the ability to do that. They can talk tough, but they don't have the ability to back it up.
Yeah. We pray all the American troops are safe in the region, but if they dare strike any of those bases, you better watch out. Full force of the U.S. military is coming right back.
President Trump does not. Trump does not bluff, and he'll back up his words.
No doubt about it. All right, Senator Markwayne Mullin, thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining us today.